My professor brought up an interesting point that the 1824 presidential election is very similar to this one now. Now, I know I put in the title Donald Trump in the 1824 election, and some of that is just to grab headlines and put lightning rod words in there that'll get people to click on it, and then you can make me famous and rich, which is part of the plan. I hope it's part of your plan. But I feel compelled to talk about this quickly because it's one of those things that we talk about a lot in class, and that's recognizing patterns. And it's fascinating to see how other people's minds work because I would never in a million years have thought that the 1824 election and this current election cycle and the Donald Trump popularity phenomenon would have anything to do with each other. But the point he made was a good one, and that the 1824 election, you had a bunch. You had Henry Clay, you had John C. Calhoun, Andrew Jackson came out of nowhere as kind of this Rube Hick Southerner. Yeah, military general, but he was an Indian fighter and he was kind of crude and he wasn't one of the elite, not by any stretch of the imagination. And so this kind of lower class populist person came out of nowhere and grabbed a ton of the vote. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, he grabbed the majority popular vote. And so the Electoral College, however, went a different way. So in 1824, the House of Representatives, I guess in a harbinger of what goes on today, decided in their infinite wisdom that they would decide the election. And they did. And they gave it to an insider, John Quincy Adams, whose father was president, second president of the United States. And they handed that presidency to Quincy Adams. And what did it do? It totally backfired on them because the presidency the next time around, guess what? Andrew Jackson and his populist ways and his popular following went bananas. And he won in 1828 and he won in 1832. And he's gone down as one of the greats in American history. I don't necessarily subscribe to that. He was great in that he abolished the Bank of the United States. He got rid of the central bank. He saw it for what it was, and I wish he would rise from the grave and get rid of the Fed. But this popular uprising and the idea that the people have spoken and the elites hate it is a direct parallel and can be mirrored today directly with the phenomenon of Trump becoming the now Republican nominee and coming out of nowhere after every mainstream Republican outlet and person said Trump's got no chance. He's not going to do it. You can and you can do the research. You'll see there is no National Review, Weekly Standard, Fox commentator who gave Trump a chance at all. As a matter of fact, they were willing to bank their jobs and salaries on him not making it. I guess they haven't quit yet. So that this pattern recognition thing, it goes with Trump. It also goes with the Brexit vote as well. How dare the little people vote their way out of the EU? Don't they understand what they're doing? The rabble, how dare they go against the powers and plans of the elite? And these things are going to backfire on the elite as they seem to always do. And it's one of the few good things out there now. You have the Brexit vote. You have Britain leaving, the UK leaving the EU. And we'll see how the popularity contest that Donald Trump figured out how to win against all odds goes with regard to parallels to 1824. So just keep your eyes on these things and see how you can kind of map out human behavior and how these events turn out when you have the haves versus the have-nots, and how the haves always react, and for once, even though it's well over, it's almost 200 years later, you have a repeat of history, because those who don't remember history or don't learn from history are condemned to repeat it.